Thank my honourable friend for securing the debate, and also can I thank my right honourable friend, Member for Harrow East, for his excellent speech, much of which I agreed with, especially about utilising the TfL space. Of course, the TfL space, TfL's chairman is, of course, Sadiq Khan, and as Mayor of London, he's not only responsible for TfL, but also for house building in London. And if you look at some of his promises, in 2016, he promised that his first priority would be tackling the housing crisis. His first manifesto promised a step change in new housing supply and that 50% of new homes would be affordable. And here we are, nearly a decade later, and he certainly hasn't delivered that step change. House building has in fact ground to a halt. It's 73% in London, it's down 73% in London over the past year. And the government has had to step in to water down City Hall's anti-growth affordability targets, because there's no way avoiding it. Despite Sadiq Khan's boasts, he's comprehensively failed to build. After 9 years at the helm, Sadiq Khan has nothing to show for it. 4/5, as previously mentioned, of the homes built last year were actually approved under Boris Johnson's mayoralty. The average home in London cost $483,000 in 2016. Today, it's about $560,000. The average rent cost $1,292 per month in 2016. Today, it's $2,252. And as has been discussed, it's not a question about money. He's been given nearly £9 billion to deliver on the housing in London. It's not a question of powers. He has strategic planning powers in London. Instead, it's been about bad policy. His London plan is onerous and expensive to adhere to, and his affordability targets have acted as a tax on house building. Now, the government knows this. But instead of addressing the problem, they're dancing around the issue. They scrapped a mandated review of the London plan after independent experts found it frustrated, rather than facilitated, building on the brownfield sites that my honourable friend discussed. They've cut the community infrastructure levy, but they kept the more expensive mayoral levy. And instead of taking powers away from a failing mayor, they're rewarding him, giving him power to call in developments of 50 homes on green belt sites. And instead of removing the obstacles to building on brownfield sites, they're instead weakening green belt protections.
Will the honourable gentleman give way?
I will give way.
Just briefly, Mr Mundell, and I think my honourable friend speaks so passionately about this, but does he not agree with me that this absolutely shows the problem with centralising not just targets but powers in the hands of one person, i.e. the mayor or a combined authority? What we need to see is much more involvement of local communities and local councils having a greater say on these planning matters.
I do agree with my honourable friend, and of course it's again worth re-emphasising that he has had responsibility for delivering housing in London for 9 years and has fundamentally failed to deliver on his promises. And talking about weakening the green belt protections, which matters so much to those of us representing outer London boroughs, it's a bizarre decision to effectively block building on vacant former industrial sites within inner London near tube stations, as was mentioned by my right honourable friends, to force thousands of homes onto poorly served farmers' fields in Bromley. If the government wants to meet its housing targets, it needs to realise Sadiq Khan isn't a builder, he's a blocker, and the record proves it.
Well said.
Thank you. I call Danny